Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So this video has been on my to film list for a while now. I have a list of video ideas. This one has been on my list because it has been almost 2 years since I've done a curly hair routine, and my curls have definitely changed and my routine has changed since then. So I thought it was finally time to do an update. I'm really happy with how my hair looks. I just freshly washed it, so you're getting it in all of its glory. Also, so I filmed a couple of clips last week of me actually styling my hair, but I didn't film the talking part because I was sick. So I'm filming it today, but since then I've gotten my hair cut. So if my hair length looks a little different, or mainly I got I fixed my layers and stuff, so that might look a little different. That's why I got my hair cut. But yes, like I said, I'm so excited to just talk about my hair routine because I've been really happy with it lately. If you're new, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically a little summary on my hair history is that I had really curly hair when I was a kid, and then I worked as a lifeguard and I was in the pool for quite a few years as a teenager, early university. So it really damaged my hair a lot, and I also just didn't really know how to style my curly hair. So during the pandemic I saw a lot of curly hair content online and decided that I was going to put in the effort and revive it. So here we are, like I said, almost 2 years later, and my curls are definitely even more pronounced and healthier than they were back then. And like I said, I've changed up how I do some things, but one of the biggest things that I have continued since then is that I've really eliminated a lot of silicones and sulfates in my hair products and just upped the hydration, because curls and waves, I don't know if you would consider my hair curly or wavy. I'm not offended if you don't think my hair is curly. I kind of say it's in between the curly and wavy, but the principles and techniques are the same. But basically, girls really like hydration, and sulfates and silicones are not the best. Sulfates usually dry it out and silicones weigh it down. Both things are not very good for curly hair. If you don't have curly or wavy hair, you might not find this the most useful video, but there's still lots of really good products I'm going to mention. So yes, let's get into today's video. Starting off, we're gonna start off at shower time. Before I even shower, one of the things I've just really recently, literally this year, started incorporating as hair oiling, as just another way to try and help hydrate my hair and my scalp. So yeah, I just use a hair oil in my scalp and give it a good massage and let it sit for a while before I rinse it out. Usually I like to do this on Saturdays because that's usually when I do my deep everything shower. So I will hair oil my hair and then go to Pilates and then come home and wash it out, and that's usually enough time. But yeah, this is not on all the time. I'm still testing it out, so I don't have a hair oil to recommend yet because I'm still trying to figure out my favorite one. But yeah, now we're in the shower and we're going to wash it. So if you have followed my channel, if you've watched any of my MT's videos, you would know that the Maui brand is my favorite for shampoo and conditioner. Like I said, they're both sulfate and silicone free. These specifically are meant for curly hair. They're really hydrating. This is the orange bottle, is Curl Quench plus coconut oil for hydration for curly hair. And then sometimes I also use the green bottle, which is also lightweight or something like that. I can't remember. Usually if one is on sale, I'll buy that. But yeah, I absolutely love these. Like I said, they're available at the drugstore, so they're affordable, hydrates my hair, doesn't weigh it down, and because it's sulfate and silicone free, I can wash my hair more frequently without worrying about drying it out, weighing it down, all that stuff. I wash my hair every other day usually. Sometimes I'll go 3 days, but that for me is what currently works, and I don't have any issues with dry hair or anything like that. Once a week I'll go in with a hair mask just as a way to get even more hydration and moisture into my hair. This is definitely the area that I'm still not super, oh my god, this is the best one. Well, I did find one, the Briogeo apple honey one, that's limited edition, that was limited edition, was definitely my favorite, but it was limited edition, so it's not available anymore. But yeah, I definitely find it really hard because a lot of hair masks have silicone in it. Silicone is what gives you that like silky feeling to it, but it just weighs down my hair. So I'm trying to find hair masks that don't have silicone in it but still give me that like silky and hydrated effect, because sometimes I find I use a hair mask and I'm like, okay, that was nice, but that was basically the same effect that my regular conditioner gives me. So I'm still on the hunt. I'm currently using this one from Shea Moisture. This is their sugarcane extract plus meadow foam seed silicone free hair mask, miracle mask with marshmallow root. It's like, it's good and it's affordable. It's still like not my most favorite. I don't like the smell that much. Yeah, I don't really like the smell, and I don't like the smell lingers, which is, I'm not a huge fan. And yeah, it's definitely like hydrating, but like I said, I'm not sure if I noticed a huge difference between using my normal conditioner and this. I use a lot of this. I mainly focus it on my ends, but I'll put it like all the way throughout the hair. And I always do this when I do my everything shower, because that way it gives it more time to sink in my hair. Usually I'm shaving my legs, and then after I'll rinse out my hair mask. And the last thing for in the shower is I've incorporated a detox shampoo. Normally in my shampoo, I don't use something that has sulfates because they can be drying, but using a shampoo with sulfates every once in a while is good to help with buildup, especially if you're someone who doesn't wash their hair all the time and uses a lot of dry shampoo. I don't use a lot of dry shampoo, and I don't put a lot of product like actually on my scalp. So for that reason, I don't use a detox shampoo all the time, but it's still good every once in a while, especially on some of the few times that I do use heat on my hair and I use hairspray, I will use detox shampoo. So it kind of works out to like usually once a month I'm using this. Like I said, usually if I've used a heat product and I've used hairspray and I want to really get the hairspray out of my hair, or I've used dry shampoo, then I'll use it. This specifically is the Way Detox shampoo. I got a sample of this, like a deluxe sample, and I really liked it. So I decided to buy it in the mini, and I've had this mini since November. I think I got it during one of the Sephora sales. So it was either the April or the November one. I think it was the November one, but I can't know for certain. But I think that kind of tells you like how much that I've use this, that I've only used like half of it. This is a mini. So yeah, while it's more of an expensive one, because I don't use it very often, I don't mind. And also it is a really good detox shampoo. I just, whenever I use it, my hair feels so clean after. I will put the caveat that it is drying. So one time I used so much hairspray because I was going to a party and I wanted to do like really big hair, so I used a shit ton of hairspray. So I used this twice. I like washed my hair twice with this detox shampoo, and my hair was so dry. It took me like a couple of weeks to like really get that dry feeling away and like make it feel like healthy again. So just keep this in mind. Don't use it like all the time unless you have like super like oily hair. It's really good. I also really like the smell of it. So that is my like in shower. Oh, and I forgot this too. One of the key things I do is I also brush my hair in the shower. I forgot to grab my comb, but I always use a wide tooth comb in the shower. So as I'm rinsing out my conditioner, that's when I do my detangling. I don't generally brush my hair otherwise unless I'm putting up into a ponytail and or a bun, if I'm doing some sort of styling, and even then I'm like only brushing this section, so I don't really brush my hair much otherwise. So that's why it's really important to do the detangle in the shower, and using it when I have conditioner just kind of helps like do the detangle. So yeah, I detangle it in the shower, and then I get out. And then this has been the biggest difference for me, is that I used to always put in my product on like partly dried hair. I would like kind of put it up and then come back. I have switched to now putting my product in fully wet hair, and it's really made a difference in both just like my hair looking more curly but also lasting a longer time. Because I think for me those are the two things that I'm always working on and trying to improve. So my curl definition and the longevity. So it has really helped doing it on fully wet hair. This is why I don't normally show or film this process when I'm just like vlogging and stuff, because I literally do it when I get out of the shower and I'm just like in my towel. So this time I grabbed my robe to be able to show you guys, but I literally hop out of the shower and I get into styling my hair. So first thing I do when I get out of the shower and it's wet is I part my hair because I like my nice side part. Go in with some sort of like leave-in. Currently I'm using a curl cream, and this is the first time I've like used one, but in the past I usually have used a leave-in, just something to help with the hydration of my hair, especially the ends is where like I target a lot of it. And yeah, this is just like, it's made a difference of my hair just looking healthier and like looking nice. So the one I'm currently using, this is a Briochio Curl Charisma Rice Amino plus Avocado Leave-In Defining Cream. And as you can see, it has no sulfates or silicones. Briochio is a really good brand for their curly hair products. I've actually never tried their shampoo and conditioner. Maybe that'd be nice to try sometime. This is like a really good product. And I also like using a leave-in first because leave-ins are really good heat protectants. So if I'm blow drying my hair, or if I am like the second day using heat on my hair, that way I have had something on it to protect it. If I'm like styling it the next day, sometimes I will go with more like a spray on top of it. But yeah, this is also good if you're like blow drying your hair to use as a heat protectant. Some of my other favorite leave-ins are by Living Proof and Way. Those are like really good leave-ins. And yeah, leave-in products I think are kind of just like good for anyone to just use after you get out of the shower, just to put more hydration into your hair. I take, I don't know what size I would describe that as, like a toonie size amount. That is probably not helpful for all of my Americans. Maybe like a grape. We'll say a grape size amount. I rub it in between my palms, and then this is the only time I rake, but I rake it through my hair. So that way you can like, instead of being one full sheet, start to separate into strands and everything, and then I just make sure I like add it to the ends because that's where I really want specifically the leave-in product to be. And then next I go in with a mousse. I'll be honest, this is not my most favorite mousse I've ever used. If you guys know, Herbal Essence had my favorite mousse and hair gel, and they've discontinued them, so I've been on the hunt for a good mousse and hair gel ever since. I've found a good hair gel, but I'm still looking for a good mousse. Anyways, this is a Function of Beauty one, and this one is specifically meant for wavy hair, which is why I got it. I definitely have noticed, because the other day when I was traveling, I have like travel size one, and I used a different hair mousse, and I was like, whoa, my like curls like really look nice. So definitely not my favorite, but it's not bad, which is why I'm still like mentioning it. I just have to use like a lot of product. But yeah, personally for me, the mousse is the step that kind of helps shape and give definition to my curls. And I like to use a lot of mousse. So I take a big amount of mousse and I just scrunch my hair, and that's what helps create the shape and definition. I used to, for a while, I was putting it in my roots first. I was flipping my hair upside down and then scrunching it. I've kind of experimented, and I find that those could be good, but sometimes I found they were too frizzy. So I've kind of just like stuck with just like standing up and just like having two sections and just scrunching. And I think that is what worked best for my hair. It's just a nice scrunch with a lot of mousse. After that, the final product I put in when my hair is like really wet is a hair gel. Like I said, mousse gives the definition and the shape, and now the gel is what is going to keep that shape longer. Like I mentioned the other day, I was like traveling. I was at my conference for work, and I forgot to pack a hair gel. That made me realize like, wow, hair gel really makes a difference, because at the end of the day my curls were like gone. So it really does make a difference for me personally to have a mousse and a hair gel. Like I mentioned, I have found one that I'm really liking. This is the Living Proof Curl Defining Gel. So this, for at least my hair type, is like the perfect amount of like hold. So same technique as the mousse, I kind of just scrunch it into my hair, and at this point my hair is like wet and so full of product that it's making like a squeeching sound. Like it's like, you know, like where it's like you're like when you squeeze something that's wet, that's the sound that it's making. And that's good because that means it's full of water, and then I've put all of these products to kind of like encase and keep the water in my hair so that way it's like hydrated and healthy. So yeah, once I put all of the product into my hair, then I plop it with my microfiber towel. And I've been using microfiber towels even before I was like into the curly hair thing, just because when you're using a normal towel, they're sometimes like huge or just like not nicely shaped for your head. And the microfiber towel is a lot softer than your traditional terry cloth, so you're not being like aggressive, and it helps being less frizzy and stuff. So yeah, I just plop it and then I just leave it for a while. I haven't noticed like a huge difference of like if I don't plop it long enough. Usually I plop my hair for a very long time. It's not very often that I don't plop my hair for like at least a minimum of like 30 minutes. So I haven't found a difference yet of like in between like 40 minutes to an hour plus. I haven't noticed a difference. I just plop it for a very long time. And then after, when I finally do take it out, I very gently stand up because you don't want to like whip the hair. I just gently stand up and then I give it a good scrunch again with towel because sometimes it's kind of straightened out a little bit. So just giving them the scrunch just kind of helps like reset the shape. And then I just leave it from there. If I'm at home, sometimes I'll also put in hair clips at my roots, and this kind of does two things. First, it helps kind of just give a little bit more volume. You can especially see on this side the like shape, so it just kind of helps give a little bit more volume at the root, because that is sometimes something I'm missing is like volume. And it also keeps my hair out of my face, because especially wet hair in my face I'm not a huge fan of. So if I'm just like chilling at home, I'll just like let it air dry, and usually it takes like another hour or so to air dry after that. If I do have to go somewhere immediately, then I will blow dry my hair, and I have a diffuser attachment. So yeah, that's how I dry my hair, and then this is kind of what it looks like at the end. And then now for second day hair, putting it to sleep. Like I said, this is something that I've really like worked on, because I for a while I've been happy with my first day hair, but it was my second day hair that I was just like not loving. So first I put my hair up in a very loose bun. Let me get a scrunchie and demonstrate. So like I said, I just take a scrunchie, I put my hair up, I gather it all on top of my head, and then I just pull it through once and then twice, halfway, and there you go. This is what I look like when I go to sleep. I'm sure you guys have seen these like messy buns before all the time. I find that it's like loose enough that it's gentle. It's not like pulling my hair tightly while I'm sleeping, but the nice thing is that then I'm not leaning against my hair and like having that friction, because like doing that means that usually my curls gets like messed up or flattened, so they don't look as good. So I find that having my hair up like that really helps. And like I said, having good hair gel means that usually in the morning I wake up and then I take it out. Usually it looks a little crazy because I have it loose. Do move around a little bit in my sleep. I'm like a rotisserie chicken. I flip in between the two sides. So usually it's not as tight when I wake up, but I just usually take it down and then I just like give it a good shake, use a little bit of hair oil, and then it's good to go. Like most times, not always. If I didn't have a very good like first hair day, then sometimes the second day isn't the greatest. I do this very rarely now, but I did this more a lot about a year ago, is that I would do like a reset, and I usually don't do this anymore as much, just because I'm either happy with my hair, or if I'm not happy, then I just like put it up, because it's like the second day and then I'm just gonna wash it the next day. So I'll put like a ponytail or a bun, or I'll do like a slip back bun or like a half up, because sometimes I find that it's like the top pieces aren't as good, but the underneath pieces are fine. So I have to do like a half up. It's okay, but I do want to refresh my hair. Usually what I do is I go in with, it's like a mist spray bottle. I should do it this way actually. There you go. And it's a continuous spray. So if you like hold it down, it's like a really long spray. So what I do is I like just wet my hair with this, and then usually because there's so much product in it, I can just give it a good scrunch and it's good. Or I can go in, this is a Bumble and Bubble reactivator, and it's like meant to, it has like product in it that is meant to help like reactivate your curls. So you just like spray it, and then I give it a good scrunch, and then once it air dries, it looks a lot better. I will say the only thing is that sometimes it can look a little like frizzy, which is why, like I said, unless I'm like really wanting my hair to look really nice, I won't go through the effort of doing it. I probably could do it on like a third day and try and extend my hair like 3 days, but like I said, I'm fine with just doing another style or just washing my hair. And then yeah, at that point I just wash my hair and I have a shower and I start that whole entire process over again. I will say that it can be quite high maintenance to do all of this every couple of days, but as someone who's like experimented and trying to get better at doing my hair with heat tools, I'm just not capable enough to be able to do a hairstyle with heat tools and like keep it long enough to last. And then at least I'm not damaging my hair doing this process. So while it is a lot of work, at least I'm not damaging my hair. And one of the things too is that if you look and research and follow like a very strict curly curl method, they usually don't recommend heat. That's not really something I follow. I don't use heat a lot on my hair, maybe like 2 or 3 times a month, I would say. One of the things I really like to do is like a touch up with a curling wand. So if my hair, especially on a second day, if there's any pieces that aren't looking very curled, then I'll just curl those pieces. I've done it quite a few times. I don't think I've really done like a tutorial per se, but you guys have probably seen me rock that hairstyle a lot, and then I usually just hit it with some like good volumizing hairspray and then I'm good to go. I've also been experimenting with trying to blow dry my hair and use like hot curlers, just because I do really like the look of a blowout. I think it's different than my normal curly hair, but I use it infrequently enough that I'm not really worried about heat damage, and I don't find that like using heat once damages my curl pattern so much. That's that. I think I have hit everything, but if there's anything that I missed or that you have questions about, please leave them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Please like this video if you want to see more like this from me talk more about hair. I always joke that I'm way better at makeup. I feel like you're either makeup or a hair person. I definitely don't consider my hair person, but I think I've really kind of like mastered, and I'm a lot happier, more comfortable with my curly hair. That is it for today's video, friends. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. I'll see you in another one super soon.